Hello there guys, Elita Legionarii here, and today I'm going to be bringing you a bit of an update. You may remember yesterday I uploaded a video about how I'm going to be recreating historical battles throughout history, and I'll be joined by the Swedish Landsknecht in doing it. Well, I've got a bit of an update for the next battle that the first battle we're going to be doing, which is the Siege of Acre in 1189 to 1191. Basically, there's been a few new developments since yesterday, and I want to kind of let you guys in on it, so as to continually pique your interest. But before I get into the details of that, I'd just like to thank each and every one of you for the wonderful response you added to that original video. I was a bit amazed, to be honest. I got like 4 or 5 times as many comments as I usually get on my videos, because so many of you expressed so much interest in doing this series, you know. And that's great, you know. I'm really excited now, even more excited than I was about doing it before, and I'm really pleased. So big thanks to all of you guys. So many of you expressed interest. Now unfortunately there's probably not going to be I'm not going to be able to get each and every one of you obviously into the first battle, the Siege of Acre, but there's going to be lots of battles to do. We're fortunate here, there's lots of historical battles that we can recreate on Rome Total War and Medieval 2 and some of the other Total War games. So if you don't get in on the first one, guys, or even the second one, don't worry, we will try and get you in. Just hopefully we can work in them with the times we're on and everything like that. But we'll work that out as we go along. But if you don't make the first one, guys, don't worry, we're not forgotten you or anything like that. We do want to play with as many people as possible. So hopefully we can accommodate everyone. So fortunately there's plenty of battles, and that's really, really good. But anyway, as I said, this is an update for the first battle we're going to do, the Siege of Acre. Now, one of you guys, as I said, left a fantastic amount of comments, but one of you guys, Asa Unga, I think that's how you say it, or the Emperor of the Unknown. He's a friend I have on Steam. He went out of his way to actually create a scenario map for the Siege of Acre. I don't know how he did it so quickly. He did it in like half a day, but he done a fantastic, amazing job. So I'm sure you're watching this, mate. Thanks so much. I honestly, I was absolutely amazed when you showed me how to actually install it this morning when I was, got out of bed and I was just looking at my my comments and all that, and then I noticed you'd left some comments and said you'd done this, and it was just fantastic. I really appreciate that. So I just want to show you the efforts he's actually put in, guys. So normally in the Crusade section you'd have the Oasis Rock and the Antioch Ford for your scenarios, but this guy has gone and created 3 scenarios for us of the Siege of Acre. That way we can do it if we get 6 players, we can do it with 7 players, or we can do it with 8 players. I'd actually quite like to do the 8-player version, because so many of you expressed so many interests, that way we can get most of you in. But it might lag a little bit, so we're not too sure, but I just want to show you each one of these scenarios. So we'll actually start with the 5 versus 3, because when I originally created the Siege of Acre, I didn't know how to get it to exactly as accurate as it was in real life, because it would have been too difficult. But what he's done is he's created the scenario to represent the real life layout of the battlefield and the armies and everything as accurately as he could to the actual historical scenario. So I mean, he's done a really impressive job. So as you can see, in this scenario you have 3 Egyptian armies, and here's the armies here. A lot of archers for this particular army, and then you've got a lot of cav in this army, and some mixtures in this 3rd army, and they all work together, right? So that'll be the defender team, and then the attacker team is actually 5. So we have 2 Kingdom of Jerusalem. Now this particular team here, it's all made up, this type of the Kingdom of Jerusalem is all made up of the Knights Templars, and this is just meant to represent the actual Templar army that was involved, to actually represent. So this army, it's not really the Kingdom of Jerusalem per se, it's more the Knights Templar army. Then we've got England, as you can see, and we've even got some cool units like Crusader Sergeants, Unhorsed Knights and stuff. You usually can't get these guys in the unit list here. And then we have the French, and then we have the Holy Roman Empire, with some dismounted Frankish knights and stuff, some cool stuff going on here. So just to give you a bit of an idea, I'll just click on this army here, and I'll just quickly start it so you can have an idea of just what an excellent job he's done. Honestly, I was a bit shocked, honestly, that he went to this length, and he said it wasn't even hard to do. I don't know how people do this kind of stuff. I'd love to know how to do it, but I'm not very computer savvy, to be honest. But he honestly did a fantastic job. And as soon as this loads, you'll see what I mean. And he's made it so we can do a 6-player variant, 7 or an 8-player variant. So I mean, massive thanks. But if we look at this, so don't want to listen to that. This is what he's done. Look at this. He's actually recreated Acre on the coast like it was in the scenario. And if you actually know the battles of the Siege of Acre, it actually took 2 years, but the way it went was there was an Egyptian army defending Acre, and then you had the Crusaders laying siege to it, but then you had Saladin with 2 additional Egyptian armies laying siege to the sieges at the same time. So what he's done is he's got 2 Egyptian defenders, one Egyptian defender and then 2 Egyptian attackers against the 5 Crusaders. So the Crusaders are going to try and get into the city quickly to try and take it, or they're going to get kind of a lot of damage from enemy cavalry. So, and it's done a really fantastic job, and it's just so well it's just so well rounded. I mean let's look at it. I mean, it's just so well done, because I mean there was actually more to it than this, but obviously it's impossible to do it in Medieval 2. But there was actually the Crusaders were actually blockading the Acre port as well, and then there were Saracen ships and stuff trying to run the blockade and all sorts of things to get supplies in. But he's just done such a fantastic job. So I mean, these armies are pre-made, so they're accurate to what history would have them as, and they're pretty sizable. So I mean, as I said you'd be able to make your own armies, but I think we should just do this. I think these armies are good. Now some of you might be wondering that only England and France have the trebuchet, but he's made it so it's well balanced. He promised me that it's well balanced, that the 2 trebuchet are sufficient if you work them together, so that'll be enough. So I mean, here we have the Templar army. This is all made up of Templar units, and then we have the main Jerusalem army. So I mean, if I just click start battle, I mean, here you have the Egyptian armies in the back here as well, and they're trying to relieve, here's the other one in the back further here, and they're trying to relieve the defenders by attacking these guys here. So this is going to be for 8 players. I would really love to do this particular version. It would be so epic. But it's just, hopefully we can get, there's enough people obviously expressed interest in the first video I put out, just hopefully we can get enough people in the time zones, because that would be fantastic. But yeah, I mean, it's just going to be awesome. But I'll show you the other variants too, if we're on a smaller scale. So I mean, it would be pretty, like, just as an example, that I think the French and the English team are going to want to combine their trebuchet shots to make as many entry points as possible. Unfortunately, he said he had some issues editing it so you could have siege gear. So what he's done is he's made it so that a lot of the Egyptian troops aren't too super powerful, like not Hashashim and Tabarir and stuff like that, or too many units. Otherwise, because they've got limited siege gear, the attacking team would have a hard time getting inside the city. But the quality of the upgrade quality, obviously, of the Egyptian troops is higher, but you have better troops amongst the Crusaders, and there are more Crusaders, so it's pretty well balanced, to be honest, and it's very accurate to history. He just made this in like half a day or something like that, a few hours, and wow, I just thought, wow, I mean, that's really, really impressive. So I'm really excited about doing this. I mean, and I'll just exit this and I'll show you what else he's done. If you look, he's actually given the guys the proper general look. King Guy, who was the king of Jerusalem at the time, Gerard of Ridford, he was the Grand Master of the Knights Templar at the stage, King Richard of Lionheart, King Philip Augustus, and Leopold, who was in command of the German Crusaders. And then you have Sultan Saladin and a couple of his generals. So you have accurate generals there. He also told me he made the general unit for Saladin and the general unit for Richard a little bit stronger than everybody else, because they were the main leaders of this particular battle. So they're harder to kill, and I just thought that is really, really fantastic. So I mean, I think we're going to be in for one heck of a good battle. I wasn't expecting anything like this, but this is going to make this a lot better. And I mean, if you're interested, Emperor, he said he can do more of these. I would love you to do more of these if you got the time. I think what I'll do is I will upload one of these historical, or try and do one of these historical reenactments, one per week. I think that gives us time to organise them, time to get as many people interested. I'll put a video out each week saying which battle it's going to be. The way I'd like to do it, I haven't discussed this with Swedes yet, but the way I'd like to do it would be to do one for Medieval 2, so Siege of Acre first, and then I'll do one for Rome Total War. I was thinking the Battle of Marathon next after this, and just kind of take turns between this and Rome Total War. I think it's going to be absolutely fantastic. But I think, you know, he's done such a fantastic job with that, with doing this. We'll just have a look at the smaller version, the 6-player version. In the 6-player version, as you can see, the Egyptian armies are larger, like individually, but there's just one less player. But then the builds are the same for the Crusading team. So, and the layout's all the same. Except there's obviously the Templar army and the Jerusalem army has been combined into one army. But other than that, the other three are the same. And I got to say, he's done an absolutely superb job. So a massive thanks to you, Emperor. I hugely appreciate it. And if you're willing to do more in future, I would be absolutely delighted. So, you know, feel free to message me on Steam or anything like that. It's just fantastic. It really is, mate. I really, really appreciate it. I think we're going to have one heck of a fun time doing these battles, all of us. So yeah. So I'm not entirely sure yet when we're going to do it. Probably over the weekend, I think. It's Thursday. It's Thursday here in New Zealand, where I am. So it's probably Wednesday for most of you guys. So maybe Friday or Saturday or something like that. I think just because I think of the weekend or Friday night or the weekend or something like that, we'll have more time, people will be more free, they're probably less busy, and there's more opportunity for everyone. So try and, guys, if you really, really want to be in this siege, if we do the 8-player siege, it means there's six slots available. Me and Swedes will take 2 slots, and there'll be 6 available slots. I'd like to do the 8-player variant, but if we can't do the 8-player variant, for any reasons, we can still do the 7 or 6-player variant. So there's still plenty of opportunity there. So yeah, try and probably, as I said, it's Thursday here, so it'll be Friday tomorrow. So I could probably do this on Saturday. That would be Friday night for some of you guys, or even a day later. It doesn't matter. I can do it on Sunday for New Zealand, which would be Saturday for you guys. It just depends. We'll try and work it so that there's as many people available to play it as possible, because I'd like to do that 8-player variant if possible. Hopefully it won't lag too bad. It might lag a bit, it is Medieval 2, but I won't live comment because of the lag. I'd like to live comment, but it will lag, probably being Medieval 2, so I'll probably just end up recording it as the replay, but I'll see if Swedes wants to join me as part of that. Anyway, guys, hope this has got you as excited as I am. Much appreciated for the views on the original video, and hopefully we're going to have one hell of a good time. So anyway, thanks again, guys, and I'll see you soon next time.